All right, so now we're recording this meeting. So first Open Community Online Meeting. We want to welcome you very warmly to our first edition. It will probably take us less than an hour today, and we're very grateful that you're taking the time. I will say a couple of things about the Open Community after a brief introduction from your side. So I would like to invite you to quickly introduce yourself, and the focus is on quickly. So I would suggest you just say your name, your organization, which country you're from, and tease us with one sentence what your link to e-participation is. And I will try to be a good example and start with this. So my name is Max Westbrock. I work for the Nexus Institute. We are based in Germany, and we organize participation processes of all different kinds. Some of them are e-participation, and some of them are related to youth, and some of them are offline, so a wide range. And I would ask Anita maybe to present herself next, and then Anita can choose the next one to present themselves.
Hello to everybody. I'm Anita Mulka from Development Center of the Heart of Slovenia. So we are from Slovenia. We were involved in the previous project when we developed OPIN platform. And right now we are also involved in DIGY project, and we are coordinating the OPIN community. And in the Heart of Slovenia area, we are working on activation of young. So we are promoting OPIN platform. So thank you. This is from my side. And next, Owen.
Hello, my name is Owen. I'm also working for the Nexus Institute. I've been there since January. I'm originally from the United States, but I'm also living in Germany at the moment. My connection to e-participation is also through Nexus Institute, getting involved in quite a few projects with participation, not as much with e-participation so far. And from that, I'm also quite excited to learn how this process works. And I choose the next person. The next, I would say Anita.
Anita has already introduced herself,
Sorry.
but maybe Petra, maybe you can introduce yourself, and I would like to ask you to all speed up because we don't have that much time and we have quite a number of participants. So yeah.
Well, hello everybody, my name is Petra. And I'm coming from Slovenia, from Slovenian Association of Friends of Youth, which is non-governmental and humanitarian organization. And my link to e-participation is implementation of one of our programs called Children's Parliament. I'm choosing Enrico.
Thank you, Petra. Well, my name is Enrico Elefante. I'm actually a freelance trainer and educational consultant working with different organizations and also institutions in Italy and all over Europe. I'm working with the local, regional, and in general youth council, and with the participative bodies and organizations and also methodologies. I'm one of the trainers of the trainers pool of the youth department of the Council of Europe, and I come from Italy. I'm based in Italy at the moment. Well, the sentence to the e-participation is that at the moment I've been involved in the participation as such, 360 degrees, and now is also time to update and to get more inspirations and connection for the further and future development of the participation itself. And I give, well, the floor to Erika. It can work.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm present. So my name is Erika. I also come from Slovenia, from an organization of students called Cliché. We are involved in the pilot of DIGY, and we were cooperating through EU Youth Project. We also use the OPIN platform within our members of the club. So I would like to pass on the word now to Elena.
Hi, Elena, you're still muted.
Hello, I'm Elena. I come from Organization of Women of Macedonia. And we are members of the Youth Coalition of Zega in Prilep, who are now part of the DIGY project. I was contacted by Marice and Zega, and I had like a Skype meeting this summer. We were talking about DIGY and the OPIN project, and we are looking forward to start using the e-participation more in Macedonia. I give the floor to Kati, Kathi.
Hi, thank you. My name is Katharina. I'm from Liquid Democracy. We are based in Berlin, Germany. And my link to e-participation is that we are providing and developing e-participation platforms for online participation. And yeah, I really have a heart for that. So next one is Simon.
So good morning. It's Simon from Malta. I'm involved in DIGY also as a pilot project. So I look at the participation as another way to involve more young people in decision-making process. And I'm going with Philip.
Hello to everyone. I'm Filip Traskovski. I come from Republic of Macedonia. I'm part of Inuvala Bitola, and as an organization, we would like to implement open platform. I choose Dina.
Thank you. My name is Dragana Mitrovic, but everybody call me Dina. I come from Štip, Macedonia. Our organization is Youth Club Štip, and we are a member organization of the Youth Coalition Zega, and therefore interested in the e-participation since we are already doing offline youth participation projects and activities. Next, I would invite Marice.
Thank you, Dina. I hope that you all listen to me. I'm Marice. I'm coming from Coalition of Youth Organization Zega. We have been experiencing e-participation a couple of years ago, and now, since last year, we are involved in the DIGY project, again with the e-participation, and hope that we're gonna succeed to successfully implement this project and to pilot this project again in Macedonia. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hear more about the organization and the participants that are welcome. And now I'm calling to introduce, just a second. Maya.
Hey, I'm Maya. I come from the association Lojtra in Slovenia, and basically we just want to get involved to do more online stuff with youth because the situation requires it. Thanks. Please, Deborah, go.
Hi, thank you. Good morning. I'm Deborah from Italy. I'm the Vice President of our youth organization, which works with youth participation. And when it comes to the online space, we are trying to promote a human rights-based approach. And we are currently involved with promoting and advocating for youth participation, also in Internet Governance Forum discussions. So we are involved with the youth IGF in Italy and globally. So this sounds like a really good opportunity to like better promote participation in a new space, which is the online space, which deserves to be occupied better by young people. And nice to meet you, everyone. Sorry, I didn't say the next person. I think there is Lela, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yes, thank you, Deborah. Hi, my name is Lela. I am from Macedonia, from Coalition Zega. Coalition Zega was part of the OPIN community, and now we are also part of this DIGY project, so we are hoping to a success. I am giving my word to, I don't know if it was Andre.
Yeah, it's me. Good morning to everyone. Well, my name is Andre. I am a project coordinator at Volunteer Center Skopje, which is a member and the regional office of the Coalition for Youth Organization Zega, coming from Macedonia. Linked to participation, and briefly, I would like to see and transfer as much as what we do offline in real world and in real life to online, make it more accessible to everyone. Next one, if you have any volunteers, feel free. So I don't want to name anyone.
Okay, I can go now. My name is Monica. I'm program manager at the Coalition of Youth Organization Zega. Our mission is we are dedicated to youth participation, and making it easier and accessible to young people nowadays is one of our primary goals, why we are in this project and why we want to show our member organizations in particular, but also other European organization, a good example how they can engage young people in e-participation projects. Next, I would call on Victoria.
Hello everyone, my name is Victoria. I'm from Macedonia, part of Zega Youth and youth organizations in Macedonia, and I'm associate. Next one, I don't know, Agencia, I guess.
Hi, good morning. My name is Maria. Agencia Zaza is the place where I work. I work with Simon, and I'm from Malta, by the way. And my main role is to work and support youth organizations, which is why we like using the OPIN tool, and we look forward to developing it further. So I guess maybe Enrico, if he's left on the list.
I think Enrico has
already spoken. Thanks.
Let me see. I think Goran joined us just now. So Goran, if you just want to tell us your name, which organization you work for, which country you're from, and one very quick sentence about your link to e-participation, we would be grateful. But if you're not ready yet, then maybe there is anyone else who hasn't introduced themselves yet.
Yes, I'm left.
Oh, sorry, I oversaw you. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no problem. Hi, everyone. I'm Aljaž. I'm a member of Youth Club STIK from Slovenia. Why I'm interested in EU participation? E-participation, basically we were a member of the youth project, and basically it's like e-participation is the roots of our club, because it was by e-participation the club was basically created, and the first event was made by that. So yeah, we were also involved in the pilot of DIGY project, and we will use it as a tool to create a youth strategy for our local municipality. So basically that's it. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Did we miss anyone? Now is the time to speak, or otherwise to be silent for the next 20 minutes. Okay, then I'm gonna move on. to the next item on our agenda. So now we've already heard all your beautiful voices, and we've seen that we've got quite a number of countries involved: Macedonia, Italy, Slovenia, Germany, Malta. That's great. It also gives a little bit of an impression of what we thought an open community could be. And before I tell you more about the goals of the open community, let me briefly sketch the sort of the organizational background of it, because we heard a DIGY project, we heard eYouth, we heard OPIN, and these are all connected in a way. So OPIN is the platform for youth participation that probably most of you know. OPIN was developed in the eYouth project, which was funded by the EU, and that's where the money came from. And now the DIGY product is sort of a follow-up project to the eYouth project, and that's where we continue our work around OPIN. So we're creating this open community, but we're also creating e-learning materials. We're doing a couple of redesigns on OPIN, and we are creating best practice examples. For example, Zega from Macedonia, but also Unsere Vision from Malta. They're creating best practice examples. Yeah. So that is the intricate sort of organizational setup. So if you get confused, don't worry, I used to as well at the beginning. And now let's jump to the open community. So the whole idea for us was, or the sort of the starting point was that there are great e-participation tools, there are great initiatives, but we got the impression that sometimes it's good to get more knowledge on e-participation and on platforms, because that makes an e-participation process better. When you exchange ideas and when you get an access to the experience of others, so that you know how to best do it. So it's basically an idea of capacity building and of a peer-to-peer exchange. So learning from each other and sharing experiences makes it easier for everyone. And that's why we want to build a European network with the open community that enables us to actually catch a glimpse what other people are doing, maybe in Malta, maybe in Slovenia, or maybe in North Macedonia. And we're very open for everyone who wants to join, and yeah, to push this idea of e-participation, which is probably more relevant than ever with the turbulent times we're going through. These online meetings are supposed to be an informal hub for exchange. So we want it to be very casual and easy for everyone to voice their opinions, ask their questions, and yeah, and also have a good time. And then another goal for the open community is also to push the development of OPIN a little further and gather ideas of how OPIN should look like, what it can maybe become one day. That's the goals for the open community. So what shall it actually look like? What are our instruments? So you're already experiencing the first instrument, which is hopefully a casually and fun online meeting where we can exchange our ideas once a month and get inputs from various e-participation practitioners, and yeah, and get to see each other's faces. And then we also established a forum on OPIN for all kinds of questions around e-participation. It's basically an open project where you can insert your ideas, your questions, but also share events. And yeah, these are two tools that we think can help the support of good projects and make sure that, I don't know, not everyone recreates the mistake that the other one has already done. And we hope that as a result, we can get a European network of e-participation practitioners. And if you don't have urgent and immediate questions regarding the open community, we can jump to our topic for today. I can't really see anyone. All right. But let me use this moment to also, I don't know, warmly invite you to really, if you have an idea, if you have something that's on your mind, just suggest, because this is the first edition for us and we're happy to build this with you and and make it, let's say, user-centered. And you can also write questions into the chat if that's a more adequate way of communication for you. So, but I can't see anything urgent right now, so I'm going to move to our topic for today. Basically, our experience in the last couple of months was that e-participation was really, I don't know, going through the roof. We could see this on Open, a lot of great new projects, and we felt that this is really a window of opportunity that has opened, and to really try new tools, be a little adventurous. And that's our topic for today. We get the impression that digital participation is becoming the new normal, because we're using so many different tools. We're constantly on Zoom or Skype or WebEx, using collaborative pads and boards and whatever. So this is really a phase of exploration for all of us. And Petra from Safi is so kind to give us an input today. And Safi used Open actually quite early, I think in late spring, early summer, if I'm not mistaken, for the 30th Youth Parliament in Slovenia. And we think this is a really good practice example of how you can use Open on a national level. And I would invite Petra to start her presentation now and share her expertise with us.
Okay. Well, today I would like to present you our use of the OPIN platform. It was already said in the spring. We used it because of the COVID situation, but let me describe you just a few sentences what Children's Parliament is. We don't say Youth Parliament, but we say Children's Parliament. It is one of the programs of Slovenian Association of Friends of Youth, which is non-governmental and humanitarian organization. And we have a lot of programs and activities for children. And one of these programs is Children's Parliament. It means informal learning for active and democratic citizenship and is one of the most important programs for children's participation in Slovenia, because the participants are children, school pupils from 6 to 14, 15 years old, but the majority of them are from 12 to 15 years old. It is run as a democratic dialogue among school children, because the program is run on more levels. It starts on school level, then goes to municipal level, and then to regional level, and ends in national level. This program is national program. So why we decided to use the OPIN platform to implement this program? Because We already had one experience of using OPIN in 2017 because we were successful in the tender of eYouth, so we had one experience. And since this year, COVID-19 prevented organize the 30th National Children's Parliament as a face-to-face meeting. We decided to use this platform because we wanted to ensure that conversations and the efforts of mentors wouldn't be overlooked, because the children and their mentors started to discuss the topic. They had one main topic, which was my professional future. And they started to discuss the topic in September with the new school year. And they already had some school parliaments and municipality parliaments, and then the COVID-19 came. So we didn't want that their efforts and their discussions so far wouldn't be overlooked. So what we did? Well, the school was held at distance because of the epidemic, and via our mentors and regional coordinators, which we have in different regions of Slovenia, we motivated students for cooperation and participation on the platform. We also called on young participants to be constructive and serious, because only in this way the new form of cooperation would be responsible, serious, and would be taken serious by adults. We set up a project on the platform with the content about the topic they have already been discussing. So the main topic was my professional future. And the next slide is how the axis page looked like. Yeah, this is the axis page to our project. And this main topic also had 4 subtopics, which we set up as 4 smaller projects. It looked like this. It is in Slovenian, but I think it's evident enough what we did. So young participants chose which one of the topics they want to comment or reflect ideas. They could comment each topic or decided just to choose one topic. As I already said, this was when the epidemic was in course. So our platform started in 4th of April and lasted until the 3rd of May, so approximately 1 month. And we received more than 100 comments and reflections, as I said, from primary school pupils. But we also had some supporting activities. These supporting activities proved to be very welcome, and they responded from TV show for young called Izodrom. They announced the activity at the beginning of the using OPIN platform, and then in the end they also did a short report about what was going on. Responded also from radio show for young called Hudo. The participants had a chance to call into the show, this radio show, lively and discussed the topic. And beside that, also the OPIN platform was promoted. And then also Cesuris, an online children's newspaper, which was posting thoughts of the participants and also had a little bit of promotion of the platform. So on the next slide, this is a short display of the use of the OPIN of the platform. I'm not sure if you will have time. We can watch these short videos afterwards. Max?
Yeah, I think it's probably more interesting to hear the other participants' questions. So
Okay,
let's see if, yeah, let's see. But I will also, yeah, we can also send out the links and everything. So
yeah,
take the opportunity maybe later to go on YouTube.
I just have then one slide more to conclude. My presentation is really short and I hope clear enough. I can say that we are very satisfied with this 1 month lasting project and with the participation of school children. In my opinion, there are two key issues for successful participation, which is motivation of young and promotion of the platform. And at the end of the using OPIN, we also collected all opinions. All opinions were reviewed and wrote down as a report. So for more information, and if you have any questions, I'm open to answer you.
Cool, thank you, Petra, so much. I think this is already quite inspiring, and I already have quite a number of questions, but I don't want to be the only one talking. So, and one sentence regarding the length and the level of information. This is exactly, I think, this is perfect because this gives us an insight and we can understand the project. So, yeah, it was to the point. Thank you. So questions and answers. Just 3 little things about them. All questions are welcome. Smart and dumb ones all help the learning process and will be answered by us. And whenever you think, okay, this is a little, I don't know, this is only a problem I'm having, it's probably not. So your personal experiences are very interesting for the other participants. So please share or even overshare. We're happy. And in order for us to organize this, you can raise your hand. There's even a virtual way of doing this through Zoom, or you can also write them into the chat. And yeah, and now we have a little bit of time for this. Let me check the time. Yeah, I think 10 minutes and we won't forget them. So yeah. Does anyone want to start? With a question. Otherwise, I can also start with my question, which aims at the whole activation topic, because we all also think that activation of children, of youth, is really difficult. And my question to Petra, to you would be, did you collaborate with schools, with certain teachers in order to, yeah, to activate youth? Or how did you do that in practice?
Yes, we have for this, for our program, Children's Parliaments, we have mentors in primary schools, approximately in 1/2 of the schools in Slovenia, and we collaborate with them regularly. We also have regional coordinators of the program, and we collaborate with them also. And for motivation, for using the platform, we contacted with them, with mentors and regional coordinators who have been daily in contact with school pupils, because the school was on distance, and through Zoom and other options, they were daily in contact. So we didn't have direct links with children, but with mentors and regional coordinators.
Okay, very interesting. So you had already a functioning network that you could, yes. Yeah. And now I can see that Enrico raised his hand. You can start with your question.
Yes, maybe it's a very practical one, at least is related to two aspects. The first one is the inclusivity of specific and sensitive targets, if have been ensured and how. For example, the involvement of young people with fewer opportunities or with specific targets and topic. And the second aspect, it's about the decision-making process as such. So how has been practically ensured related to the populace and to the participants in general, because we are talking about a general definition, but also a practical outcome. And it's also important for the ones that are working in the youth participative processes. And so I'm curious about it, if it's relevant as a question. Thank you.
In our program, Children's Parliament, we have a little bit of troubles to encompass also the children from minorities, Roma children, Italian minority, Hungarian minority, and underprivileged children. And during the COVID, we as an organization had a lot to do with computer supplies for these children. So when using OPIN, these children were unfortunately not encompassed. In our case,
yeah.
That was.
Yeah, that's a barrier that is frequently talked about. And yeah, it's something that we have to deal with. And then, I don't know, Enrico, do you feel that your question was sufficiently answered?
Oh, yes, thank you.
All right, then I have one that I will read out loud from the chat. Andre wrote, Petra, when talking about the network of mentors that was already established, network, or it was made as part of the project?
It was already established. It is established. We use it regularly.
And one little question from my side, do you think it grew and it became stronger through the open, the Children's Parliament on OPIN?
Maybe. I was surprised how many of them responded positively. Mm-hmm. And maybe this was the network became stronger. Despite children's parliaments have been in Slovenia already for 30 years. Mm-hmm. So this is something which is almost traditional.
Yeah, it's an institution. But yeah, very cool. Thank you. And Andre also directed a question at everyone. I'm going to read this one as well. Any suggestions how to reach and motivate youth into e-participation without having an already established network? Yeah, this one is for everyone. So the other participants' creativity is also asked for.
I think that promotion of the OPIN, the promotion of the platform, is the key issue to get children and young motivated for participation on the e-platform.
And what exactly do you mean by promotion?
Using all digital mechanisms to reach children and young. I know Facebook, all these things that children use. And if possible, also local newspapers maybe, or I know, TV, radio, local radios, local TVs. But the project has to be prepared as has to be a good preparation to execute, to run such a project.
Yeah, I'm just checking the time quickly. We still have a couple of minutes. I think if there are no other questions, I'm just gonna ask mine because I'm quite excited about how you organized your promotion and dissemination. I think, yeah, getting a children's e-participation project on national television is quite an accomplishment, and I also think it's great that you have these this other little YouTube video. Can you tell us a little bit of what kind of channels you used for your promotion?
Well, we just had a question or and description what we prepared and what we want to do, and describe these things to this editor of this national TV we just described what we want to do to the editor of the show, of the radio show and TV show, and what we expect from them, and they responded positively. Mm-hmm. Maybe because of all this COVID situation, and this was a new form of giving chance to children to be heard, to see, to hear what their thoughts was. I know we already have kind of connections with these people.
Okay, yeah.
So it it was easier for us as on national level, having already connections and things like that.
Okay, so you were basically harvesting fruits that yeah, from seeds that you had already planted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But very interesting. So, but also you just send out a little description of what you were doing, and they replied positively. So yeah. So I can also take that as an inspiration to just try it and send it out.
But you have to know, we don't always get positive answers.
Yeah, but that would also prove this idea that right now there is this window of opportunity, and e-participation is something that a lot of people think about and want to hear about. And now I got a message that Kati also wanted to ask something, or am I misunderstanding it?
No, I was just jumping in, but now I can ask my question. So you said you already were a lot of digital with your participation and stuff, but do you have had a lot of, I mean, internal barriers that you have to go through even with COVID? I hear from other networks and NGOs that they didn't have the problem to get in touch digital with the youngers, but to get all the infrastructure from their home base. Did it work well for you?
Sorry, I didn't understand your questions. If we had troubles?
Yeah. I heard from other institutions that they had troubles internally to get all the digital participation going, but and with COVID they had to do it, and it was quite heavy for them. And my question was if it was working for you, or did you have an insight for other institutions how you can rock COVID digitally?
We have been thinking quite a lot about what we will do with our 13th National Children's Parliament, because during the COVID, the school was on distance. A lot of children were on computers all the time. And we were not really sure if these possibilities, this option of using OPIN platform will be good will be successful, because on one way we thought that everybody is full of digital mechanisms during the COVID, but we did it and we said, okay, let's see what will going to happen. And surprisingly, a lot of children participated, despite that they were on the computers and mobiles all the time during the COVID.
Thank you.
Probably they found interesting topic because they already had discussions in schools, and they wanted to develop the communication and all these things further.
Yeah, I think it's really, really necessary to have partners like schools and stuff, and then they can then have a match with other partners, and then the children are more into topics like that. That's really cool. It sounds really great, Petra. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I saw that Marice raised her hand, and I would make this the last question for today, and then we can move on to wrap up. But Marice, handing the mic to you.
Thank you. Connected with dissemination activities, I wanted to ask Petra, have you done any social media campaign, how to introduce OPIN, or how the kids knew to use OPIN and all of the features that the web page have?
We only used the communication with mentors in schools. We prepared a short, how can I say, trailer, how to use, how to log in, how to register, what they have to do to go to the platform. And also that was shown on TV, on this TV show. And otherwise, other links we didn't use.
Okay, very interesting. I think the trailer, it was a video, I suppose. So I think that's a very good idea. It's very target oriented. Okay, there are probably some other questions that we could think of, but for now I'm gonna move to the wrap up because we simply don't have enough time otherwise. So we thought it would be very interesting to wrap this up collaboratively by answering two questions very briefly. What did you learn today, and what do you want to learn more about? And we created a Padlet, which is a collaborative tool that probably quite a number of people know already. And Owen can maybe share the link in the chat. Oh, I can see he did that. And then you can go on that one and just briefly fill in what you learned today and what you want to learn more about. I'm gonna you should be able to see it on my shared screen as well. So here we have what did you learn about? You can simply just add a new one, and then you write down what you learned. And then here, which is probably more interesting for us for the next round, it's what you want to learn about. And then general feedback regarding the open community and also our meeting today can be inserted here. Yeah, if you think we should use more time for discussions, you know, these kind of information are super valuable for us because this is our first edition after all. Okay, I can already see you writing your feedback. And I think it's quite informative. I'm very pleased that there are quite a number of comments in the column of what did you learn today. I'm just going to pick out a few of them. So one person is writing, they learned about how the platform helped some organization, and they took tips and tricks to do it in their own organization. Then another comment is about media and promotion, which is important, and the aspect of the network and the connection to schools. That's something I also took out of it. Yeah, the network again, as something that you need to really do it well. Yeah. And yeah, so generally speaking, quite a number of people took out something. And then what do you want to learn more about? Open platform as an international cooperation, I think that is something that we can definitely deal in the community meetings. How to be better connected with the platform and the network itself. Concrete tools for dissemination and methods for engaging young people. I think that's definitely a topic we should use in one online meeting to really look at dissemination, what are hands-on best practice examples, what kind of advice can we generate together. And then to find a way to include also children from underprivileged families. Yeah, that's also super interesting, because there's always in participation, there's very often this bias towards, you know, you reach children who come from better backgrounds in let's say citizen participation. We always say that academics are overrepresented, for example, so that's a very important topic. And then, yeah, the how to reach more people, I think that belongs to the dissemination, and we will definitely cover that. General feedback, interesting, I like it. So more variety examples. Yeah. Informative, but next one could be with more variety examples. Our idea was to cover one example or one sort of topic with a little bit of an input, but I think it would also be good to use the discussions to bring in your own examples, and yeah, use this sort of online meeting as a hub for exchange, and then just say like, we did this, and then we can also share screens and make it a little more dynamic. So this is how we could get in different kind of examples. So yeah. Thank you very much for the feedback. This Padlet will be open, so if you feel like adding something important in 10 minutes or tomorrow, just yeah, add it. It remains open. I have a couple of organizational things to say to you to finish this, and I will use the next 3 minutes to do so. Learnings. Sort of the first thing is how you can get information about the open community. There is an email address, community@open.me, that you can send questions to, but then there is also a newsletter form for the open community. We have a general one for the DIGY project, but through this one, the community mailings, we will send out information on the next topic, and Zoom links and everyone and all of this kind of information. So yeah, if you want to stay informed, just sign up on digi-project.eu. I just saw that Owen already shared the link in the chat. And then we can also announce that we've launched the Open Community Forum, which is basically an open project that allows you to ask questions, share insights, and all of this all the time. And as the online meetings will only take place once a month, this is where you can ask questions all the time and get answers more quickly. So I invite you to take a look at this and yeah, share your thoughts, ideas, insights, questions, but also events. If you're holding an online meeting, invite us. Yeah, this is how we can strengthen the network. And then we also have set a date already for the next online meeting. It will be held on the 17th of November at 10 a.m. It's also a Tuesday. And we will get a little bit of an input from Kati on OPIN as an integrated platform for e-participation. And that can also serve as a moment to ask your questions around OPIN, and Kati will hopefully be able to answer them, and yeah, we can also share our experiences. And we will use the same Zoom link as today, and the structure will be similar, and I'm already looking forward to seeing you again. And yeah, I think this was it from my side. And it's 11 o'clock, so I think we should stop it here. Thank you so much for your attendance, and yeah, hope to read from you and see you on the 17th of November again. Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.